Well, it is time for another adventure. We are on the way to the airport. I'm going to be leaving here shortly. Northern Italy this time around. So Venice, Verona, Florence, Genoa, and Nice. And then a couple day trips mixed in there. So very excited. That's how I'd left my road trip. Was I'd really wanted to, it was cool, but I wanted to get out of the country and see something quite a bit different. So I'm going to be doing that. Italy for 3 weeks. So we'll get to the airport, checked in already, flight to Montreal, and then another flight to Venice overnight. And then we'll be there in about a day or so. So we'll check in frequently, and that's it for now. Good morning. It is Venice day 2. So I was so tired last night. Slept pretty good. Still pretty tired. Might have to take a nap later, but we have a food tour booked for later today in the old city. So that's kind of how things are laid out. Is there's the old city, which is like on top of water, and then my hostel is kind of on the mainland, like on the new city. So there's a bridge you can take to get there. So yeah, just explored yesterday. I did basically took a bike around. There was this park that I checked out. Very nice. And then I took a bus into the old city and basically just wandered around there. Didn't actually hit any of like the big tourist destinations there, like St. Mark's Basilica is one, the Doge Palace is another one. I spent about an hour and a half in another one of the basilicas there. It's not even the main one, it's a smaller one, but was just very breathtaking, and really spent some time taking in the detail of everything that was a part of that, and it was incredible. And yeah, basically just wandered around, got some Venetian street food, and then basically just came back to the hostel around 8 p.m. and then finished off the day. So yeah, the hostel's been good so far. Got breakfast there, really good breakfast, only €8. And yeah, gonna head over to Old City, like I said, have that food tour booked, explore a little bit more. I had an interesting experience at the hostel. I woke up just really groggy, went to pee, and then basically like went back to bed, and I was so sure, I'm like, I think this is the right bed. And then there's like these privacy sheets that they put like over top of each bunk, and I was like, oh, this is for sure my bunk. So I just opened up the sheet, and then I thought I'd heard something, but again, it was really dark, so I put my hand inside and like felt someone else's hand. And I was like, okay, that's definitely not my bed. Yeah, I went one too far. I think they were asleep. I hope they were asleep, because that's kind of awkward. But I don't know. I didn't see them, so they didn't see me. But yeah, these are some of the experiences that you get in hostels. Yeah, it's about it. Met a nice German fellow, Nicholas, this morning. Chatted about travel, business, things like that. And yeah, a little more work tonight, another call late, so we'll probably come back for a nap, mid-late afternoon, do some work, call another day, and then on to day 3. So over and out. Good morning, Venice. We are day 3 now. Really good day yesterday, just kind of walking around Old City quite a lot. Had a walking food tour. Really nice guide named Georgia. She kind of knew a lot about the city and kind of local culture, and yeah, had some nice treats at maybe 5 or so different places. I made the mistake of eating like a massive breakfast before the food tour, so I wasn't like super hungry, and I think they were kind of wondering like, no, he's not eating very much. Does he not like the food? Which wasn't at all the case, but anyway, good day. I checked out the St. Mark's Basilica, which, beautiful. They didn't have anywhere to sit down in there, which was unfortunate, because I wanted to kind of take things in a little bit more. But still very nice church, along with there was a really good view, kind of on top of the church too, kind of looking out over the square and along with the water as well. So kind of walked along the water, got lost on a they have like these water public transits. I want to say water buses, but that wouldn't really be right. But these like water taxis that'll take you around. I kind of got in the wrong one and ended up just sitting on it for like an hour and a half before I finally got to where I wanted to go. But it worked out. So I was gonna go back a little earlier yesterday, but it didn't end up happening. Just kind of too much to see. So we got a walking tour today. Another one around a different part of Venice that I'm going to check out, and then I'm going to spend some time and going to check out the Doge Palace today, and then just a few other landmarks or parts of the city that I haven't explored yet. And then decided for the fourth day, 3 days in Venice is enough, so I booked a train for a day trip to a little town on the base of the mountains. Bassa del Grappa, I think, butchering that pronunciation, but so we'll check that out. It looks like something I'd enjoy. They have a World War II museum there that I think will be really good, and then we'll be on to Verona. So we'll make the most of this third day here in Venice, see some more of the city, learn some more, and then on to the next one. Good morning, Venice, day 4. Great day yesterday. Really enjoyed it. Really, I think that was probably my favorite day in the city, and just spent a lot of time. We did a walking tour of the city. It was led by a tour guide. Ton of interesting information about the city and just how it was built. We saw some of the lesser known parts of Venice, not very popular with tourists, like the Jewish area. Learned some really interesting history about things too. So checked out the Doge's Palace as well. Beautiful building. Very it kind of reminded me of the Palace of Versailles. It was definitely on that level. Did some reading about the history there. Had some dungeon rooms that we looked into that was kind of interesting. And then from there, I kind of was feeling a little unwell, a little sick. And I almost went home, but I just kind of lay down on a park bench for a while and bought some water and Powerade and just revived myself, and then explored one of the not the main island of Venice, but another island with one of those water public transit services that I mentioned the other day. Found a church. It was almost completely empty, and then a bell tower next to the church, which they had an elevator for, which kind of freaked me out. But it saved me the steps, so that was nice. And got up there, just an incredible view of Venice. That's been the highlight, I'd say, of the trip, was that bell tower. Just the view, but also how not busy it was. And that's kind of been something that I have really realized is key for me on these trips, is finding the areas that are not frequently traveled. You want to do the big thing, like the Eiffel Tower and the big things, you want to see them, but my goal now is to really get off the beaten path and find places where you just see locals going about their business and few or no tourists. And I think that's what really is most interesting to me, and I was able to find that on that other island. Just quiet communities, people going about their business, and what you realize at the end of the day is, little details like food or architecture, those can change. But at the end of the day, we're all just trying to make it out there and raise a family and find happiness. So I think it's a really interesting experience to see that around the world. So yeah, had some great food as well, some pasta, some pizza last night, and a thumbs up for me for Venice. Definitely very interesting place, very charming. It's been a little crowded and busy in some areas, but I think the key is to find those, like I said, those lesser known areas, and just enjoy the atmosphere. So We're off to Bassa del Grappa today. Again, with the goal of hopefully it not being touristy. It looks very beautiful, some nice museums there. So I got to run and catch a train, and we'll check in tomorrow. Good morning, day 5. I'm in a little town called Bassano del Grappa. Again, butchering the pronunciation there, but beautiful small little town at the base of the Alps. It's maybe about 30,000 people here. So came in yesterday morning. I was only going to stay the day, but decided to get a hotel room. It's kind of raining and just didn't really want to leave so quickly because I was enjoying it so much. But really, really cool spot. A lot of, preserved medieval architecture, and then the backdrop of the mountains in the background. There's a really nice river running through it. Very, very cool place. So we went for a walk around. Very interesting wooden bridge that's been originally built in the 12th century, rebuilt a bunch of times. Most recently after World War II. It was actually rebuilt by like this special elite force of, they called the Alpini troops. Apparently they have some construction experience too, which I thought was interesting that they're able to build and fight in rugged terrain. But yeah, it's I did some reading on the history. It's really known for its spot in there was a bunch of World War I battles in the nearby mountains, so it kind of served as a launching off point for those. So really interesting history museum. I walked around. A lot of grapes around here. I guess it's for winemaking. But once I got out of the city too, I went for a walk along the river, got out of the city, and just beautiful, especially as I started to go up one of the mountains. Incredible view. I found myself on a bit of an unexpected, really serious hike through. There's this mountain footpath, and basically just went through that really steep going. I thought about turning around a few times, but stuck it out, came to the other side. They're doing some mountain reconstruction of an old house up there. So there's a construction crew. Those are the first people I saw in a while. So yeah, finished the hike, came back around, got some great views through that hike, and then booked into the hotel room. And now we're heading back to the train station. So thumbs up, the spot was amazing. And I think this is what I really want to find more of, is these smaller places, off the beaten path, so to speak, because there's a lot to see. There's a lot of beauty in that. So I don't know. Hopefully we'll be back one day. I feel a little sad leaving it, but I got to pack up my stuff at the hostel, and then we're on to Verona. My Airbnb host agreed to pick me up and make me a nice lunch too. So it's unexpected, but sounds like it'll be a good stay there as well. So we'll check in tomorrow. That's it for now. So not one of my normal updates, but I just had to do this. You can see the background here. It's been a 5 to 6K hike through the mountains north of the town, and just feeling incredibly lucky to see views like this, to be able to experience this, and in awe of the beauty on this earth, and the range, the diversity of beauty too, that you can find just about anywhere. So it's an incredible experience. I'm glad I took the time to get off the trail and go through the difficult effort of this hike, because it's definitely been worth it, and it's lifelong memories here. Hello, it is day 8. I'm in Florence. I missed a couple days, but I found myself in a very nice spot. It's just a quiet park. I got here a couple hours ago. The hostel room isn't ready yet, so I'm just killing some time doing a little bit of work on just a park bench that I found. It's a big park. It's probably not the size of Central Park in New York City, but it is a really nice area. So yeah, first impressions of Florence is it's big. It's closer to Rome, I think, than Verona. Looking back on it, really enjoyed Venice. Verona was cool, smaller city. Didn't really get to see it that much. To be honest, we did do a walking food tour. But my Airbnb, I was staying on the suburbs. The owner, I was sharing an apartment with the owner, which was interesting. His name was Luca. He's maybe 60 years old. super friendly. Like, he was making me breakfast, lunch. Like, he made me a nice pasta dish when I showed up. It was almost like a little too much, like too hospitable. Like, he was just checking in so much, see if I needed anything, which it was really nice. He was a really sweet guy. Didn't really speak much English, but we were able to communicate okay. And yeah, really, really, really cool guy. He's doing it the right way. So yeah, I liked Verona. Got some good like aerial views. I took like one of those trams up a pretty steep hill. Got some good aerial views of the city. Checked out a botanical garden as well, which I really liked. And they have some really interesting, like, they have some ancient like Roman ruins and a amphitheater that's smaller than the Colosseum, but still in like really good condition. So I liked it. It was a quick stay. The time change with work proving difficult, I would say, just taking calls late at night and feeling a little underslept right now. So probably once the room's ready, we'll head back and just rest, and then maybe go out tonight and explore Old City. So yeah, it's been productive though, keeping up with things. Got the Scotland trip booked for a couple weeks, and we have a day trip in just the Tuscany region tomorrow. So we're going to see some wineries, hopefully eat some good food, and then we'll have a few days in Florence just to relax and do some sightseeing. So that's it for now. We'll check in again tomorrow or in a few days, and over and out. Well, it's been a few days. I thought I wanted to check in again. Got to Genoa. It's my second last stop. Around noon today, and I found myself with some very beautiful views up on a mountaintop. I ended up renting a motorcycle or a little scooter, and found myself up top this mountain. I think it's like a monastery or like a church. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but the drive was nice. The views up here are incredible. And yeah, I spent the last 2 days, I was in a village called La Spezia. It's near the Cinque Terre coast. So did some exploring of the villages there. Very nice beaches, very scenic. Got some swimming, some ocean time in, which was nice. And then the last city before that was Florence. So I don't believe I checked in Florence, but was pretty tired there. So I spent a lot of time just chilling. But I did go out, saw some very nice architecture in that city, beautiful cities, and also was able to find a spot like outside of the city with some really nice views of Florence. So we're in Genoa. We got 3 days. I think the plan is I have a walking tour of the city tomorrow. I have the motorcycle booked the whole time. So we'll probably just explore the city tomorrow. Look at doing a day trip to like a nearby town, ideally with a beach, probably on the Wednesday, and then we'll head out on Thursday to Nice, France. So that's going to be the last stop of the tour. But yeah, it's always nice to find these, off the beaten track areas. I don't think there's a single tourist here. It's all just locals. So it's the type of places I like to find, and we'll hopefully find some more. So that's it for now. Holy moly, little in the field update. An hour north of Genoa, I went to see this, like the ruins of this old castle. Took the wrong trail, and I literally just spent the last 2 hours like wading through the thickest, like thorniest bushes I've ever found. I'm like covered in blood. Like, I don't know if you can see my legs, my arms, but man, that took I ended up ripping a fence apart and then using one of the fence rails to kind of like smash a trail. I'd really wish I'd had a machete, but holy moly, I'm glad to be out of that. That was scary because like I couldn't really go back because it was really steep. I wasn't comfortable going back down, and I didn't really know when I was going to get out of it either. But we made it. I conquered. Let's have a look at this castle. Well, it is my last night in Europe. We're in Nice. We've been in Nice the last couple days, got an Airbnb, got some work done here, some calls. It's all gone well. And yeah, it's maybe been my favorite city, Nice. I haven't spent a whole lot of time because I've been working and just kind of resting. But beautiful beach here, very clean, well run city. Took a tour of Monaco and some other nearby towns, and yeah, it's all very a lot of wealthy people here, but very pretty, kind of being right on the water, and lots of nice history here as well. So the Airbnb has been beautiful. Like, it's such a comfortable bed and blazing fast Wi-Fi, so it's been a good little time to kind of catch up on some work. But yeah, it's been 3 weeks. It's been a long time, and it's gone well. We've seen a lot of things, and I'm already thinking about where the next trip might be. So it's been good. Until next time, we're going to go home for a week, and then we're on to Scotland. So we got a little bit more work to do here tonight. Then we'll get things packed up. We'll be on a plane, and then we'll be back in Europe here before I know it. So until the next one.